lovelies, welcome to my channel The Woolly Hugs. I'm Vidisha and today we are going to make this very smart V-neck vest. This tutorial will be in size XS, and for other sizes I will provide a link in the description box below where you can get the pattern for other sizes. And this vest is a mix of traditional crochet and Tunisian crochet, and with which we'll achieve this beautiful knitted look, and it's pretty soft and warm. And I used 3 hooks for this vest. I used a 4mm, 5mm traditional crochet hook and 7mm Tunisian hook. And so let's hop into the materials that we need for this tutorial. So let's first get started with the supplies that we need to make this vest. So I'm using this beautiful blue stocky knitting yarn, and I got this from Magic Needles. I will put the link in the description box below in case you want to use the same yarn. And they have very beautiful colors, so you can get a choice there. And you'll need stitch markers, a pair of scissors, and darning needle, measuring tape, and I'm using 2 hooks. One is this normal crochet hook. This is a 5mm crochet hook I'm using, which will be used for ribbing of the vest. And I'm using this Tunisian crochet hook in size 7. So these are the things that we need to create a beautiful vest. So let's hop into it. So I want to start with showing you how we are going to construct our vest. So excuse me, my drawing is not very good, but still I'm sharing it here. So we will be starting with the ribbing part, and we'll start from here and we'll go across like this. And once we are done with the ribbing, we'll change our hook to Tunisian crochet hook, and then we will pick our stitches on this longer edge and start our front panel. So let's start. So first we will start with the ribbing. So we will start with making our slip knot, and we'll chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Now in the second chain from the hook, so this is not counted. So in the second chain, this is 1, 2, we will make our single crochet, and across we'll make single crochets. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. 7, 8, 9 and 10. So we have created 10 single crochets, and now we'll chain 1 and turn our work. For this row and onwards, we will be making single crochet on the very first, normal single crochet, and in the rest we will make single crochet in the back loop only, like so. So here you can see a V, and in this back loop we will make our single crochets till we are to the last stitch, and in the last stitch also we will make a normal single crochet. So these are all back loops, and this is my 9th, sorry, and in the last 10th I'll make a normal single crochet using both the loops. Like so. Again we'll chain 1, turn our work, normal single crochet on the first, and in the second, back loops only. Sorry, those are my kids as usual. And I have reached to the 9th stitch, back loop, and in the 10th both loops, like so. Chain 1, turn your work. This is how it's going to look. Again I'll show you how we are going to do this row. So single crochet normal in the first, and the second back loop, and till we are on the 9th we'll make single crochets in the back loop only. Sorry. Like so, and in the 10th a normal single crochet. So here is how our ribbing is going to look, and you will be working the number of rows specified in the pattern. The link is in the description box below. So carry on making the ribbing part, and once I'm done with the ribbing I'll show you how we'll start the main body. I'm on my last row now, and this is how my ribbing looks like. So for the last row I'll make a single crochet in the first and single crochet in the back loops only till the 9th stitch, and a normal single crochet in the 10th, like so. So my ribbing is 58 rows, and I finished this is the right side of my work, and I finished my 58th row here. So what I will do is I'll make slip stitches over these single crochets rather than making a row. So I'll slip stitch in the first with both loops. I'll be making slip stitches 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. If for your size you ended your row here, then you don't need to do this row of slip stitches, and you will simply change your hook and start with your body of the front panel. So now I'll change my hook size, and I'll grab my Tunisian hook 7 mm, and now evenly you will be picking stitches on these spaces. So this will be our first, so I'll chain 1 here. This will be our first, and I'll go into the next space and pull up a loop. This is our second stitch, and here you can see a space, third, sorry I missed a space I guess, yes, this is third, fourth, fifth. So like so you will be picking up stitches in the spaces here. Here is the next space. So you have to pick 58 stitches because you did 58 rows if it is a smaller size. Otherwise, whatever number of stitches are there in the pattern for your specific size, you will be picking those many number of stitches, like so, in the spaces in between. 1 stitch for each row that you did your ribbing. So once I pick my stitches, I will join back. So here I have picked all my stitches, 58 stitches in total, and now we will do our return pass. So the first stitch will yarn over and pull through just 1 stitch. Here, this is your 1, and now you will yarn over and pull through next 2. Again you will yarn over, pull through next 2, yarn over, pull through next 2. So now you will continue across like this. Only in the first stitch we yarn over and pull through just 1, and in the rest we will yarn over and pull through 2, like so. And keep your tension loose, because Tunisian crochet tends to curl, so it helps if your tension is loose. So just yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, across, till you are left with 1 loop on your hook. Sorry for the annoying sound that my hook is making, the cable. Like so. So continue across. This is your return pass. So we call it one set. Once we go across like this and then we return like this, that is our row 1. So you will not call this row 2. This is our return pass. So this is row 1 only. So it's a set. I have now reached the end of my return pass, and I have 2 loops on my hook. I will yarn over and pull through both these loops, and now I have just 1 loop on my hook, and we have just completed our row 1. So now we will start with the pattern. So we will be making Tunisian knit stitch, and I will show you how we are going to do that. So this is, we will not be working on this first loop here, because we already have a loop here and we count it as our first stitch. And in the second, you can see there is this front bar, and which is the front loop, and there's this second bar at the back loop. So we will be inserting our hook between the front and the back loop. Go back, yarn over and pull through. I'll show you once again. This is the bar, front bar, and that's your back bar. So you will be going between these 2 bars to the back, yarn over and pull through the loop from there. Between, go back, yarn over, pull through, like so. So this is how we are going to do our knit stitch. I have reached the end of my forward pass, and I'm left with 2 stitches here. So, and in the last one we will be taking both loops on our hook rather than in between. So if you see here, we have to go between, we have to take both these loops on our hook, like so, yarn over and pull through. So now we will be making a return pass. So for the first one, we'll yarn over and pull through only 1 loop here, and in the next we'll yarn over and pull through 2. Again we'll yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you have to keep your tension loose, otherwise in Tunisian crochet it tends to curl a lot. So continue across, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, going across, and stop once you have just 1 loop on your hook, like so. Sorry for that annoying sound. That is my end of my cable of Tunisian hook, like so. So continue across till you reach to the end and you have only 1 loop on your hook. So now I have only 1 loop on my hook and we have completed row 1. So when I say row 1, it is a set of forward pass and then return pass. So this is just 1 row of Tunisian knit stitch that we have done, and I'll show you once more the forward and return pass. So we will not be working on this loop because we already have the first stitch on our hook. So in the second, between the front and back loop, I'll stretch it a bit, so like so, yarn over, pull up a loop. Again in the next, between front and back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and keep it loose, like so. Like so. So work across like this, and once I reach the end, I'll join back again to show you our return pass one more time. Here. Reach the end of my forward pass of row 2, and I'm on the last 2 stitches. So I'll go in between these 2 and pull up a loop, and in the last one I will be taking both these loops on my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Just a second, I did a mistake. No, right, that was right. So now we'll be working on the return pass. So for the first one, yarn over and pull through just 1 loop, and in the rest, yarn over, pull through 2 loops together. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, like so. Pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So continue across doing so till you are left with just 1 loop on your hook. So once I reach there, I will join back. I am now at the end of my return pass, and I'll yarn over and pull through both these loops. So now I have 1 loop on my hook, and this is how your work is going to look. It looks knitted, looks very pretty. So you will continue making these rows, set of rows, which is forward and return pass, and how many rows that you need to work is mentioned in the pattern for your specific size. So once I reach until my armhole, then I'll show you how we are going to decrease for our arms. So here I have completed 52 sets of Tunisian knit stitch, and now we will start the armhole. So Now we will be decreasing by 1 stitch in this row. This is row 53. So to decrease, we already have this first stitch on our hook, and we will be decreasing the second and third. So to do so, we will be inserting our hook on the second stitch and also on the third, and go back, yarn over, pull through both the third and second loop like so. So here we have decreased by 1 stitch, and now we will go to the 4th stitch and work the knit stitch as usual. So this is how we will decrease on this row and continue across with the knit stitch till you reach to the last 3 stitches, and then we will decrease on the other end as well to create an armhole like so. I have now reached the end of my row, and these are my last 3 stitches. So we will again be decreasing in the last third last and second last stitch. So you will be going inside this loop and insert your hook in the next one and go back, yarn over and pull through both these loops. So here we have made one more decrease, and we will work the last one as we always do. Like so. So we have now made our first decrease on both the sides. For the armhole, you will be decreasing 2 more sets after this. So once we are done with the decreases for armhole, we will be starting the shape of our V-neck. So this is row number 53. I'll be decreasing 54, 55 as well. So let's do that, and then I'll catch you and show you how we are going to work for our V-neck. And we will be working the straps, both the sides of the shoulders, all together. So now I have completed my decreases. I worked 3 sets of rows for my decreases. So now I am at row 55, and from 55 to row 67 you will simply follow the pattern without any decreases on any side, and continue working till you reach row 67 for exercise. And if you are working for other sizes, please refer the pattern, and then we will start our neck shaping. So now I have reached my row number 67 sis, and I have 52 stitches. So now this row is going to be a setting row, which is row number 68, and I will be putting my stitch marker in the middle stitch, which will be 26th stitch from both sides. So now I have put stitch marker in the middle. This is my 26th stitch, and I have put a stitch marker here. So I have 26 stitches on this side and 26 on this. So this is our row number 68 setting row, and now we will start working our Tunisian knit stitch as usual till we reach just before the stitch marker. I am now at the last stitch before the stitch marker. This is my 26th stitch of the right side of the shoulder, and now I will leave this yarn ball on one side, and I will be working on the next stitch where the stitch marker is. So I had placed the stitch marker between stitches, not on a stitch. So I have 26 this side and 26 on the other side. So now we will be starting our left shoulder from this stitch. So I'm attaching another ball of yarn, create a slip knot, like so, and so after you make the slip knot, this is your first stitch. After the stitch marker, insert your hook, go back, yarn over, pull up a loop and pull through this slip knot as well, and just tighten it up a little. Okay, so this is your second ball of yarn attached. Now you will treat it as a start of a row. So this is your first stitch. You will not be working on this, you will go directly in this second stitch and work the pattern as usual till the last stitch. So this is our setting row, and there will not be any decreases on any side. So continue across till you reach your last stitch. So now I've reached my last stitch. I'll work it as usual, and then for the return pass, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and you will be working it as usual till you reach to the last stitch just before your stitch marker, and then we will stop working with this yarn and grab the other yarn. Like so, and keep counting your stitches. You should have 26 stitches on both sides if you're doing size XS. Okay, so this is my stitch marker here, and this is my last stitch, like so, and I will now leave this yarn on this side and take my hook out of the loop and put a stitch marker there, and now I will work on the right side of the shoulder with my another ball of yarn as usual, and work till you reach the loop on your hook. So this is how our setting row is going to be, and in the next row we will start our decreases for the V-neck. Reached to the end of my return pass, and now I will start the next row. So you will be starting as usual, making Tunisian knit stitches, and continue doing this till you are 3 stitches from the stitch marker. We will be making the decrease on that side for the neck. So here I have reached, this is my stitch marker, and this is the last 3 stitches of my right side of the shoulder. I will make a decrease in the third and second last. I will go through both the loops, go back, yarn over and pull through both these loops, and I made my decrease, and I'll work the last stitch as usual, like so, and I'll leave this yarn, and with the second ball of yarn I'll take off the stitch marker and insert my hook in this first stitch, and on this side we will be making the decrease at the start of the row. So this is our first stitch, this is our second and third, so we will be making decrease in these 2 stitches. Pull through both these. So here we have again made a decrease on this side, and now we will work across as usual, making Tunisian knit stitches. So here is how our neck is going to take shape. We are making the decreases for the neck now. So this is how our neck is going to take shape, and you will work across now, and and whatever stitches you had in your previous row, you will have one stitch less on both the sides. So for size XS, I had 26 stitches on my previous row, and I will have now 25 stitches for both sides. So this is my last stitch. I'll work it as usual, and return pass the way we were doing. We will make our return pass like so. So now we have just decreased for our neck on this row. The next row will be a normal row. There will be no decrease for the neck. So just complete this row. I will show you once more how we are going to hop from this side to that. So I'm on my last stitch of left shoulder, and I'll take my hook out and again put my stitch marker back, and now we will do our right side of the shoulder. We'll simply make the return pass as usual. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So continue across and finish this row as usual, and then on the next row there will be no decrease. It will just be a normal row. So I am on the last stitch of this row, and now the next row will be normal row, no decreases on the neck. So just make it, may I work on every stitch, and once you reach here, you will leave your yarn here and you will hop on the next side and work across normal, and you will make a return pass as usual. So you will be making 20 sets of this decrease row and a normal row for the V-neck to take shape. So we just, in the previous row we decreased here, and this is going to be our normal row where we will not be making any decreases. We will simply work on the stitches and we'll return, and in the next again we will decrease, return, and after that we'll again make a normal row. So you have to make a total 20 sets in which we will be reducing 10 stitches on this right side of the shoulder and 10 on the left side of the shoulder. So once I'm done with that, I'll show you how we are going to bind off. So now I have made my V-neck and I made all my decreases, and I worked one row of decrease and one normal row, and we decreased for 20 sets. And now I have, for size XS, I started with 26 stitches and now I have 16 stitches left. And now we will bind off our work by making slip stitches. So we have one chain on our hook, one stitch on our hook, and now we will go as usual in the second stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and we'll pull this loop through this stitch like so. So we have slip stitched one. Now in the next again we'll yarn over, pull up a loop, and in the next stitch again we'll pull through the loop on our hook. So we have slip stitched 2 stitches. In the third again we'll go inside, pull up a loop and pull through the loop on our hook. So this is how we are going to make our slip stitches. Don't make it too tight or too loose. like so. So you will be slip stitching the other side of the shoulder as well. This is the right side of the shoulder that I'm working on. This is my second last stitch, and now this is my last stitch, like so. And now you can fasten off your work, and you will do exactly the same for this side as well. Just take the stitch marker out, insert your hook. This is your first stitch, and you will start slip stitching from the second one on this side as well, and pull through the first loop on your hook. So continue doing so, and at the end just fasten off your work, like so. So now I have bind off both my shoulders, and now you will work on your back panel. I've already worked the back panel, and it is as similar to front panel, only that there will be no decreases for the neck. You will only decrease for the arm. Keep on working Tunisian knit stitch till the end of the rows that is specified for your and I have put stitch marker on 16 stitches from both sides for size XS, so that it is easy for me to join the shoulders. So now it's time to join. So with the wrong side, with the right side of the back panel facing you, and with the wrong side of your front panel facing you, so the right sides are facing against each other. And now we will join both the panels. And so now with my yarn attached to the corner first stitch, I am using needle to join both the panels. If you want, you can continue using your crochet hook and slip stitch or single crochet across to join both the panels. So now I will be using needle, and I will go across both the first stitches of both the panels, like so, and again second stitch of both the panels, So I'm simply going to attach with the needle, going through stitches from both the front and back panel. So just continue across doing this, and once you have joined this side, you will be joining similarly for the left side of the shoulder. I have now reached the end of my right side of the shoulder. This is the last stitch. And now I prefer to weave in my end first before I cut my yarn. and the work itself going on different directions. So it's your personal preference how you want to do that. Like so. Now I will cut my yarn. So this is how we will join our front and back panel, and you will be working on the other side similarly. I've already joined my other side as well, and this is how it looks. And now we will be working on our sleeves, and we'll make the ribbing for the sleeves. So now that we have joined both the shoulders, and with the right side of the work facing you, we will start the ribbing of the arms. So I haven't joined the arms, the sides yet, so we will be joining our yarn where we started our decrease of the front panel arm. So let's attach my yarn, tie a knot like so, and insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. And now for the ribbing we will be working similarly the way we did for the panels. So I will chain 4. I need this broad ribbing for my arms. You can chain more if you want a broader arm ribbing, and I'll chain 1 more. So I chained 5, and I'll make a single crochet in the first, second, third and fourth chain. And in this next stitch here I will make a slip stitch like so, and again in the next stitch I will make a slip stitch, and I'll turn, and you can see the V's now. These are our 4 chains. I will make a single crochet in the back loop. So this is our front and that's our back loop. Here. That's my 1 single crochet. Second also in the back loop only, then third in the back loop, and I prefer to go in both the loops at the last one. Like so. Now I'll chain 1 and turn, and I will go in both the loops of the first here, and then in the back loops of the next 3. This is a little difficult stitch to go in the back, yeah, like so. And now again I will slip stitch here in the next, and again slip stitch in the next. again you will turn your work and make single crochets in the back loop. In the last one, go in both the loops, chain one. So this is how your ribbing is going to look. So you will work across till you reach your shoulders, and then on the other side where you started your decreases for the armhole. So once I am done that, then we will start our neck ribbing. So here I have completed my ribbing. I started from the front panel decreases and worked over the shoulders, and now I've worked till we to the place where we started our decreases for the back panel, and now I'll be joining the ribbing with the right side of the work facing you. Just line both the start and end of the ribbing together like so, and I've chained one, and I'll be making slip stitches. So I will go in the first stitch of this back panel and the first stitch of our front panel, and pull up a loop and pull through the loop on my hook. That was one. Then this is the second stitch, the third, like so, and fourth, and you will have to go through both the loops, not just one, like so, and just fasten off your work. So here we have joined our arm ribbing, and I already worked for both the sides. So complete this, and then the way we joined our shoulders, you have to now attach your panels together. So with the wrong side of the work facing you, you will be starting from the ribbing, and you will work till you reach your place where you started your arms ribbing. And now I'll simply be going through both the loops from the panels. This is my preferred way of joining. You can join whichever way you prefer. If you want to crochet, you can crochet, or you can just use a needle like me. So just keep working till you have worked to the point where our arm start till here, and join both the sides. So once I am done, I'll come back, and then we can work on our neck ribbing. Let's now start our neck ribbing, and for the ribbing I'm using 4 mm hook size, and this is our neck, and in this middle point I will join my yarn. I already joined it, so I will just chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and now I'll make a single crochet in the first and the rest. So I will have 4 single crochets, like so, and now I'll make a slip stitch in the next 2 stitches and turn, and in the last stitch, as usual, I'll go in both the loops, chain 1 and turn. So just the way we did the ribbing for the sleeve and the hem. Now I have done my ribbing for the neck, and this was the last row that I did. And now I'll take my hook out and I'll be stitching the neck by overlapping on this side of the left side of the ribbing. So I will cut my yarn, leaving a long tail. Fasten off. Like so. Grab my darning needle and just weave your end in the back of the back side of your work, like so. And cut your yarn. So here we are done with our vest.